your hands together for Jim Cummings.
So do I talk into this?
Yes, please. You're streaming all over the world.
Unaccustomed to public speaking as I am. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hey, man. A great place you got here. Thanks for inviting me out to play. I was born not far from here in Youngstown, Ohio. At the time, it wasn't a crime. I'm pretty sure it's a misdemeanor now, but I know that dude. Look at him. Stand up, take a bow, Mr. Pooh. Yes, hoop for you dyslexics. And so, yeah, thanks for inviting me out to play. Great place you got here. I think we picked the perfect weather for it. Love your outfit. Stand up, take a bow. Don't lean over too far. Look at that. And you, Missy, you too. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Excellent work. Stay dangerous, bro. All right. Well, yeah, I always say thank you for inviting me out to play. And who else do we have here? Who's cosplaying? I see. Everybody's sort of cosplaying now. I'm cosplaying as just some guy because I don't have an expensive face like this dude. He's got Snoopy all over his face, which sounds like a condition, but it's he wears it well. But yeah, great place you got here, and I guess I usually start these out and telling everybody how I got this messed up. When I was a kid, I was the one in the back of the classroom, doing dolphins. And we don't have dolphins here at St. Columba, Mr. Cummings. But they did temporarily, and now they don't again. And, a lot of people say, well, when did how did you think you were going to do this stuff? And it was really, when I was wee little, I was 5, and I was watching a show, Jack Benny, old show, because I'm old, and there was a guy on there, and he was doing Bugs Bunny voices, and this and that, and it was Mel Blanc. And my dad said, "You see this bastard?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "That's crazy, son of a bitch. I'll tell you what he does. He does that Taz in the Darkwing, not the Darkwing. That's me. Sorry. Damn, man, we're schizophrenic, and so are we. but he was telling me he does Bugs Bunny, and he does Daffy Duck, and Tasmanian Devil, and all those shows that you get up and watch on Saturday morning. And all I could think was, well, he doesn't have to stand in the corner, does he? I'm thinking, I'm going to be that dude. And so, I grew up, and now I'm that dude, and now I get to hang out with you guys. So it's pretty cool, Follow that dream, especially if it's really demented and insane and makes no sense whatsoever. You're never going to make a living doing that, don't you? Take that, Sister Mary Agnes. And so now I get to, like I say, I get to hang out with you guys, and it's a great convention. We took off a couple years, right? Mm-hmm. Did we miss 2 of them? 19 and 20, or 20 and 21? This is 21, isn't it? 1 in a couple months. Yeah, so just 1? Yeah. Is it the same? Pretty much, except for masks? Yeah, cool. Oh, that's good. You guys got to try that fudge. I mean, I wish I had enough for both of you. All of you. Both of you? Yeah, both of us. Yeah, and so thanks. And thank you for the lovely introduction. I knew who I was as soon as you said my name. And like I say, thanks for inviting me out to play. Nice luggage. Thank you. Minnie would approve. And you sound like Minnie.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's my Mickey Mouse. I'm terrible at Mickey Mouse. I don't. Oh, that's pretty good. She really is good, huh? Damn. Oh, okay. Okay, now we have to go around the room. Give me a Mickey. Anybody got a Mickey in here? Okay, let's give it to me.
Oh boy, welcome Jim Cummings. Round 2 now.
That sucked. No, that was amazing. That was amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, anybody else? Who does any of my characters? I don't do Mickey Mouse. Thanks. Oh, that's pretty good. That was Tigger? Okay, I'm just kidding. I knew it was. Not a bad Tigger. I got to watch my butt. All right. Anybody? Who else is an aspiring voice assassin? You, I can tell. You got blue. You got the hair for it. No. Oh, are you a mime? That's awesome. I can't hear you. That's a mime joke. Really funny one. Okay. Yes, indeed. But yeah, and a lot of times people have a lot of weird questions. So should we set up a mic? What do you think?
Is this thing on?
Yes, it is. So you could hand it to them, or you could walk around. I was just going to say that. And so that would be a great thing. Okay, now you have to say your name and your favorite dessert.
Oh, my name is KK, and my favorite dessert would be a chocolate mousse cake.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. No, that's great. Okay,
Thank
KK.
you. Well, my question is, you have done so many voices over the years. What have you found to be the most challenging part of what you do?
Oh, boy. Not succumbing to schizophrenia. No, geez, I don't know. Some of the... Well, I could tell you the most... the toughest one that I've, vocally on my voice was just wear and tear-wise was Taz. We did like 65 episodes of Tasmania. Great show, but you can only do that for so long, and you are crisp. So, I made a deal with them. I said, well, okay, let's do this. This is going to be great. But can we do it on Friday afternoon? Because then you go home, we can recover. You got a couple of days to recover, and then you can go back to being Pooh. He's Pooh. I do Winnie the Pooh and the anti-Pooh, Taz. So.
Lead opposites of each other, that is for certain.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so you have to say your name and your favorite dessert.
Hi, I'm Grace. My favorite dessert is strawberry ice cream.
Ooh.
And my question is, who's your favorite Winnie the Pooh character besides Winnie the Pooh?
Well, Tigger, because I'm him. No, it's funny because I've been doing it for a really long time, since the 80s. And my agent called up and said, and it's weird because now everybody's, we all know him and love him. I got my jacket on. And, but at that time, he hadn't been around for maybe like 20-something years, so he wasn't as, prevalent. He wasn't as popular at the time. And so, my agent said, well, they're doing Disney and ABC. ABC and Disney were separate companies then. They're all the same now. I think Disney probably owns this building. I would not be surprised if there's a mouse somewhere out there. But so I auditioned and I went out and I auditioned for Rabbit, Pooh, Tigger, and Eeyore. And so you go home, and Major says, well, what do you think? How'd you do? And I go, man, I think it looks really good. I'm going to be Eeyore. Yeah, and then, so I was feeling really good. Thanks for noticing me. Not too bad. Not too bad. I can't do it right now, but anyway. I get a phone call about 10 days later, something like that. And she calls up and she goes, well, I got good news and I have bad news. I said, oh, boy. What? Tell me the bad news. She goes, you didn't get Eeyore. Really? Because I thought I was doing pretty good. I said, well, who got Eeyore? And she says, well, Peter Cullen. You know who Peter Cullen is, right? Optimus Prime, and he's a great guy, good old buddy of mine, known him for 100 years. And I said, wow, Peter Cullen, huh? Well, you know what? Yeah, you can't complain. You're gonna lose to Peter Cullen. You got to go. And she goes, but they did give you a consolation prize. And I said, oh God, what's that? You're Winnie the Pooh and Tigger too. Okay. All right, never mind. To hell with Eeyore. You know what Eeyore can? You know what he can do. Anyway, I had to struggle through with Pooh and Tigger. So it worked out. Come to find out, So yeah, that was a good one. But yes, we have some. But wait, there's more. Yes.
My name is Alan Peterson. One of my favorite desserts is a cookies and cream milkshake.
Yeah.
Right? And as for my question, with all the roles you've been playing, do you prefer playing heroes or villains?
Yes. I certainly do. No, I don't know. They're both pretty fun. You know, villains tend to have a little more fun.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't really play super villains, you know, really terrible ones, but every now and then there's one. But, you know, I was Darkwing Duck and then I was Nega Duck. So, you know, I would get in a fight with myself, beat the crap out of myself, throw myself off a building, and then pick myself back up and not apologize to myself. And so it was, you know, they're both a lot of fun. But villains do, you know, if it's a goody two-shoes kind of hero, he's kind of boring. But you know, one of my favorite guys is I don't think he's really a villain, but he's an anti-hero maybe. Hondo Ohnaka, you guys know him from Star Wars? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I like him a lot. He's I like him a lot, and so if he's a villain, then I like villains. I don't know, but I play both. I'm ambidextrous. So thank you. Thanks. And yes, somebody else.
Hello, my name is Travis. I guess my favorite food's anything with chocolate peanut butter. Can't go wrong. It's funny.
Try that fudge, man.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned Hondo. I was going to say, of all Star Wars Rebels, my favorite parts in episodes were when Hondo was in it.
Me too.
Are we going to see...
Wow, what are those odds?
Are we going to see
Thanks,
Hondo?
man.
Oh, thank you. Are we going to see Hondo again?
Boy, I sure hope so. You know, everybody says, well, isn't he going to be in the Bad Batch, or isn't he going to be... And I'm like, we ain't waiting on me. You know, if they call, Hondo will be there. But
you need to be in the Bad Batch. It needs you in it.
I know, it needs me, huh? Him. Or I need it, maybe. I can't tell. But yeah, he's definitely one of my all-time favorites. I'm glad you dig him. Yeah. But have y'all? Did I mention Star Wars? Star Wars, Disneyland, Disney World. If you make it out to either one of those, I steal the Millennium Falcon about 500 times a day. And I really do. You know, and I con Chewbacca into helping me, of course. And then I'm making money by delivering stuff in the Millennium Falcon. Only Hondo. Isn't it? Yeah. It's really, really, really something. And you got to go on it and like 6 times. There's 6 places, because there's two navigators, 2 gunners, and 2 people behind me that I never played. But they're a ball. And you know, the first time they gave us, me and my family sent us on the ride. And go, what do you think? And I'm in the navigating thing, and I'm thinking, well, this is silly. You know, I don't have to navigate. And the whole thing, you realize, because you're not expecting much. You know, it's kind of like you're gonna go like this. You know, no, hell no, no. Like, and, you know, and I ran into a wall, and I went, oh God, I'm giving myself a concussion. So you have to actually play it. You have to steer. So. Can't recommend it enough. It's dos mucho. Too much fun. Yeah.
More questions? I'm coming.
There's more.
Makes me run.
Stand up. Was that a blue arm or a tattoo? Or are you just happy to see me? Yeah, it didn't make sense.
Hi. My name is Emma. My favorite dessert's probably peanut butter fudge.
Peanut butter fudge.
Yeah. And
there's a table dedicated to your...
Oh boy, I gotta go there. My question is, what was it like? I think people look over this role a lot. What was it like voicing Lord Boxman in OKKO? Such a wacky villain and stuff. Were you bouncing off the walls? Were you with other voice actors or alone in the room?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were all in the room. Wow. And everyone just kind of felt sorry for me because it was such a sad situation. Lord Boxman. Yeah, that was the oddest show in the world. You know, it was really, what's his name? He was the mad genius, that wrote it. It was good. And he played the guy that went like that. And I can't remember his name. That's terrible. His character's name. But it was that was a weird show, And it kind of came and went. And it was one of those shows that if you liked it, you really liked it. And if you didn't, you're going, no. So I'm glad you liked it. Thanks. That's pretty good. Oh, but here we go. Yeah, come on, stand up. There he is.
Hi,
I know this dude.
Yeah, I was downstairs earlier. I'm Kenny, and I guess my go-to dessert would be a peanut butter milkshake.
Oh, we're peanut heavy here. I hope no one's got that allergy.
Especially the ones from Sheetz.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
That's his rendition of the Kool-Aid Man. Anyway, as someone who's developed sort of an interest in voice acting ever since I started playing...
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Ever since I started playing Dungeons...
You should get an ointment.
Well, as someone who's developed an interest in it ever since I started playing Dungeons & Dragons a couple years ago, my question is, when you're coming up with a voice for a new character, not a pre-established character like Pooh or Tigger, like, say, coming up with the voice for, say, Darkwing Duck or Dr. Robotnik, was that something you had in mind, something the director came up with, something you and the director worked towards, or how does that work?
No, the directors are always wrong. They don't know what they're doing. No. Well, Darkwing was, it helps to see him. Get a model, take a look at what he looks like. And he's not super big and he's not super small, but you kind of take that into consideration, because sometimes it's kind of funny to have a little bitty guy like this go, oh yeah, or just a little teeny, a big gigantic guy talk like that. That's kind of fun. But usually, if you want to get closer to the character, you figure in the size. And with Darkwing, it was pretty easy because his personality is so strong, and he's so sarcastic, and he's kind of petty, like whenever Launchpad says something, gee, DW, I think we better go over here. Gee, DW, I guess we better go. Great idea, Pat. He's so sarcastic and he's so bombastic that helps, And I always say Tad Stones is Darkwing's dad. He came up with the character, and Ginny McSwain, the voice director, was Darkwing's mom, because she directed the episode, and she would direct it in this way, and then eventually, the character kind of emerges, and you make it your own. And in fact, we did a lot of shows. I think maybe like 100 altogether, and one of the things was because he always had. When he was getting ready to go into battle, I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the floaty that will not flush in the toilet full of crime. I am Darkwing Duck, And so I would always, we're like 6 or 7 shows in, and it comes time to go out and fight crime, and the script was, I wish I kept it. I am the terror that flaps in the night. It doesn't matter what I write here. Jim's going to say something else anyway. Darkwing Duck. So, I trained him. Yeah, it's fun stuff. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, someone in the peanut gallery.
Let me get them first, and then I'll be back here. Actually, Jim, while I'm going over there, I have a quick question. My name is Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
And I like chocolate cream pie. Oh. Just to be a little different. How much, you do a lot of voice work with characters, how much commercial voice work do you do? What's like the ratio?
Oh gosh, a lot of them. I'm the Shark Week dude. I'm the Shark Week guy. Here we see Felipe going beneath the waves. Could it be for the last time? And Felipe's going, huh? So yeah, but I do lots of stuff. I was the Nissan guy for a long time, and yeah, somebody's got to do it. I've sold a lot of Rust-Oleum and Havoline. Yeah.
Hi.
Howdy.
Really happy you brought up Hondo. I love Hondo.
Thank you.
Big fan of Hondo.
But what's your name and your favorite dessert? God.
All right, my name is Max, and I love a good cannoli. So that's very Italian.
As in, don't forget the. Name that reference. Don't forget the cannoli. The Godfather.
I think I just got my Italian card revoked for not knowing that.
Give him no prize. Because he's got the good shirt.
But my question is, I guess, over your career, you've been doing lots of different roles and stuff like that, but what is the thing that you think makes your job so fun? Like, what is the most enjoyable aspect of what you're doing in all of these different roles?
Doing this while the other guys are trying to do their lines. No. I made that up. What was the question? I'm just kidding. No, what's the most...
Just what is the most enjoyable? Like, you know, you've been doing this for a while. Like, you know, you have a lot of different roles. It just seems like really fun, and you just seem really to enjoy. Like, you bring a lot of character into everything that you do, and you can kind of feel that you're enjoying yourself when you're doing your work.
Yeah. Well, you know, what happened? I used to break up. I've ruined a lot of takes because I tend to ad lib, and the person right behind me is not expecting it, and oh gosh, Ezra, did you guys see what was the second one? Rebels. It was Rebels. Yeah, I get them so confused. And I enjoy cracking up the other actors with an ad lib or something like that, because then their line doesn't work. You know. I remember the one time when we were doing the show, and Ezra says to Hondo, he says, "Well, I've got bad news for you, Hondo. You've performed your aspect of whatever the crime that we were committing was, and we're keeping the money and we're taking it back to Alderaan." And I looked at him and I went, "That is the perfect answer." and he did the same thing. He started busting up because the real line was, "That is a betrayal. That is not what we agreed upon." But I was kind of pretending like I was giving him villain instructions. And I said, that is exactly it was a misdirection. Then you led me on. Then you got the job done, and you pulled the rug out from under me. Now give me my money. You know. So, as long as you come up with something that's unexpected, I think that's key. You know, it's a lot of fun too. Keeps us all on our toes. Yeah. Thanks. Here we go.
Okay, this is my last question, but I'm Grace.
No. Hi, Grace.
I like cheesecake.
Well, of course.
Yeah, cheesecake. I know, but I like strawberries and cheesecake.
Yeah.
Okay, deal with it though.
You'd be a communist if you didn't.
Right. I agree. My question is, you played in CatDog, and I love that show. I'm not going to tell you how we went to the bathroom. I tried looking that up.
Jeez. God, is my face as red as I think it might be? How about yours? Is it as red as hers? No, what was your question?
What was it like playing Cat? Just like I love the dynamic between cat and dog and just two different personalities. But what was it like?
Oh, it was a ball. Tom Kenny's great. He's awesome. He's SpongeBob too. Sponge Dog. And he ad-libbed a lot, and I ad-libbed a lot. And we just went in there, and it was like monkey hour. We're sitting there doing arm farts for 3 hours on Friday afternoons. It was great. And big arm fart fan over there. But it was just a lot of fun because he's real creative and a bubbly guy, great guy. And we both have similar sensibilities. And his kids are great. So it was a lot of fun. It was like, being paid to go have monkey hour, which is what I end up doing all the time anyway. So carry on that tradition. But it was a good show. I hope you liked it. Yeah. And that was the producer is the one who wrote and sang the song, by the way. Cat dog, where in the world, little cat dog? Everybody sing along. Cat dog. Okay. All right. Well, thanks. Yes, indeed. But wait, there's more.
Hi, I'm Vicky.
Hello,
My
Vicky.
favorite dessert is anything mocha, chocolate, coffee kind of flavored.
Yeah.
And I am a voice
tub full of
actor,
it.
and a regular actor, local theater type stuff, and local commercials.
Oh, nice.
But I just have this fleeting question come up in my head. Do you think Tigger sounds like the voice of Scrubbing Bubbles? Like, hoo-hoo!
Oh, that was Paul Winchell. But back in the day, sure,
All right.
No, he was. That was Paul. That was Paul Winchell, and he was Jerry Mahoney, and he was Gargamel on the Smurfs. The great Paul Winchell. God bless him. He's gone now.
Yeah, I didn't connect these things till later. I was a friend of Mark Baker's who did the voice of Raggedy Andy 100 years ago, and his friend, one of his good friends, was John Fielder.
Oh, yeah.
Who was in the Winnie the Pooh scene.
Well, no, he's Piglet.
Piglet.
Yeah.
He was Piglet. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
I knew he was in there.
Winnie the
somewhere,
Pig.
but,
No,
it's all a bunch of names.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
older, so.
Oh, deer. That was my piglet. Thanks.
But, yeah. So I just wanted to, thank you for coming, and I had the burning question about scrubbing bubbles.
I couldn't hear you. Oh yeah, scrubbing
the
bubbles.
scrubbing bubbles, yeah.
Yeah, and Gargamel, and he was the original Zummy Gummy on the Gummy Bears. Yeah. And father of April, who has been April Winchell. She's been my wife in several shows, and I just saw her last week in Las Vegas, or 2 weeks ago in Las Vegas. Yeah. Hey, come on down. You're the next contestant on.
Hi, my name is Carrie, and I like zucchini pie.
Zucchini pie?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds kind of healthy.
It's like
Are you
apple,
sure?
It's like apple pie, but with zucchini.
Oh, still sounds kind of healthy. We'll forgive you.
What do you think about people like
I
putting?
hate them. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Sorry.
like Darkwing Duck and Launchpad together.
What do I think about them?
Like shipping them together.
Wait, say it again. What was the question?
Character shipping.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Security. I don't think about that. But one of us is. And thank you so much. No, that's a new one. That's no. Just lots of no. Hey.
Hi.
There you are.
My
Where have
name
you
is-
been?
Huh?
Where have you been?
I don't know.
right.
Here.
Okay, good.
My name is Haley. My favorite dessert is tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank you. And my question is, so you played Ed in The Lion King,
I'm
but
sorry. Yes, that's true.
but you also took over the finale of Be Prepared for Jeremy.
I sang the whole thing.
Huh? You sang the whole thing?
Yeah. Everybody says that. Somebody put that in there. No, he does the talking, though. I did like 5 or 6 lines when he was in England or wherever he was. But yeah, he never even says, be prepared. Ha, ha, ha. And then you have to laugh. I don't know why. If you're a villain and you sing a song, you got to laugh at the end of the song. So the Be Prepareds were all me.
Oh.
But he did the talking. And it's funny because if you look at the credits, it's Ed is in the scene. Whoopi and Cheech were in it, but they were talking. They weren't singing, but they were talking. And Ed never says anything. He never even laughs in there because what's funny, at that point. And it's got Jim Cummings, Cheech Marin, Whoopi Goldberg, and Jeremy Irons. And I wondered if anybody would ever put it together that why is Jim's name in here? Ed never said anything. It's because I sang it. Be prepared. Ha, 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 ha. And anyway, that's the laugh. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. What's that?
That's okay. Follow up with that with something if that's okay.
Oh, I couldn't hear you.
Follow up with that with something if it's okay.
I was looking at her thinking, how is she doing that without moving?
I'm throwing my voice.
She's really got a weird voice. But yeah, you'll get to my close personal friend in a minute, right?
Absolutely.
You don't have to. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to quiet him up. Hi.
Hi. My name's Casey, and I love carrot cake. That's my favorite dessert.
Yeah.
Yep. And my question for you is, who were the actors that you looked up to when you were thinking about acting or roles that you looked up to, and did any of those influence you and how in any of your particular characters in any way?
Oh, gosh. Well, the actors that I always admired were one thing. I mean, of course, I didn't really look up to him as a kid because he's probably younger than me, but Kevin Bacon's really cool. I mean, so Christopher Walken, but you can't, you can only do just so much. Christopher Walken. And wow, where did you get that rhythm, right? I mean, what a weird dude. But the actors I liked really probably didn't do any influence on the characters. I always dug Paul Frees. He was the Pillsbury Doughboy, the Jolly Green Giant, and he was the narrator at Disneyland. Beware of hitchhiking strangers. You know, he was that guy, and I always dug him, and of course, you know, Mel Blanc, and you know, I looked up to people like that because I was short, but yeah, you know, there's a lot of great actors like that, and I have a philosophy too. If you do a terrible, because people have asked me for tips doing voices. If you do a horrible impression of somebody famous, nobody knows who you're doing. That's a new character. You can pretend it's a new character. And if you do a perfect impression of somebody that everybody knows what you're doing, that's cool, because you may be able to use that too, you know. And then you mix and match, and who knows what comes out. And then next thing you know, you get to hang out with you guys. So yeah, thank you. All right.
My name's Al. I'm just going to go for the classic chocolate cake. It's a
tried
classic.
and true.
But I guess my one question was, of all the credits that you have for being an actor, you've got to do a lot of amazing characters, and we've heard of some of your favorites. But I guess it's a twofold question I know you've mentioned Tasmanian Devil as one, being that not liking to do as much, but what was the
I like doing it. It just hurt, you know, you just can't do it all
but
day.
what was the one character that you didn't like doing as much? And then also, other than Eeyore, what's the one character that got away?
Well, I'm pretty good on the second one. It'd be hard for me to be dissatisfied. I'm a pretty busy guy. But the one I didn't, well, there was this horrible movie. You guys remember Christine, the movie Christine, Stephen King? That was out X amount of years, a long time ago. And they were doing it wasn't a follow-up, so to speak, but it was a short story of which wasn't a full-blown novel like Christine was. It was Stephen King. And Tobe Hooper, the guy who did Halloween. Oh, God, you know this story? Oh, I'm sorry. No, well, yeah, he did that one. But this one was called The Mangler. Yeah, and it was just awful. And the microphone's gone to sleep. Is it snoring? Was that just me, or is it my tumor speaking to me again? Anyway, and it was just awful. And they needed the voice. And you know what it was? Please tell me no one's seen it, right? Good. Worst movie ever. And it was kind of during the Industrial Revolution. I forget when it was set, but there was this giant factory that had an ironing board or an ironing press, like half the size of this, like right here. And it was used to iron like circus tents and stuff. And it was, and it was so stupid. The people who worked there, they're pulling the tent through and they're doing this and that. And the mangler would open up and pull them in and press them to death. And they'd be gone, and people kept disappearing. And I'm going, and they wanted to come up with a sound for it when it was eating or when it was enchanting or pulling people in or whatever. And so I said, okay, well, how about this? And then, and I forget the third one. I put three sounds together, and it just sounded awful, and it hurt my voice. And I said, well, I don't know if I really want to do this. And so I told my agent, charge him double. What you were going to do. And the bastard just paid it. So I was like, damn. Now I got to go and do it. And then I'm doing it, and we're halfway through the movie. And it's all done, right? Because it's in ADR. And it was the hero of the movie was the same guy who played Buffalo in Silence of the Lambs, the guy down in the basement, that little pumpkin. He was the hero, so that was weird right there. And so and halfway through the movie, I just ruined like everything, and I go, why don't they just unplug it? And they go, shut up. Oh, yeah, okay. And so I thought, all right, fine. So you struggle through. And then we finally got done. And it came out in the theaters, and I live in California, so I went to this place and I saw it was playing in Simi Valley. And I went, all right, I got to go see how this came out. You know, you kind of have to. And I didn't go to the premiere, but I did go to this. And so I'm sneaking in. I'm in the back of the theater like someone's going to recognize me. He looks like you know. And so I sat there and I suffered through the movie. And I'm reading the credits. This guy. And then it says, voice of the Mangler. Of course, my name is Jim Cummings. Tim Cummings. Yes! How about that, Tim, huh? That poor weasel. Poor guy. God, good job, Tim. Couldn't have been me. So I dodged that bullet.
Like that, you got Alan Smithy.
Yeah, I got yeah, and thank goodness. In the nick of time. Now, if they'd done that on, like, Pooh, that wouldn't have been as much fun, or, you know, Christopher Robin.
Sounds like a depressing role.
Yeah,
Okay.
you bet. No, but seriously, hey, wait a minute, say that again. Psst. Good night, everybody. Hey, come on down.
Hi.
Wow, what is that?
Hi.
It's the boll weevil.
My name's Tanner. My favorite dessert is ice cream cake, because when it comes to choosing between ice cream or cake, it's a surefire way to cut out the middleman. Anywho, not to go on too far a tangent here, but I'm just really curious.
Just kidding.
I really want to know, what was it like to voice Dr. Robotnik?
It was like 3:30 in the afternoon, as I recall, to about 5. No, it was a lot of fun. Jaleel was a nice guy, you know, and it was good because I just got to eat the scenery. You know, there was no such thing as, you know, too much. It's good. It's fun to play a really stupid, insane bad guy every now and then. You know, purges your system.
What was your mental process? What did you have to work with?
Huh? No, I was very mental. Thank you. Yeah. How did you know? This dude's good. No, I don't know. You know, he's just a bad guy who's too full of himself. And they made one in Canada, and it was some guy, and it was going like this a lot. And I thought, okay, I'm not going to do that. So I just made him go evil. And the one thing that I liked about him was whenever, you know, he'd send out his fierce minions, and they'd come back and, sire, we have 4 prisoners. And I developed this thing as time went on. I'm like, did you say prisoners? Oh. Prisoners are good. You know, and everybody went, okay, make him stop. You know, because you know it's that. Because you don't want to know what he's doing after hours. You don't want to know. Quit asking. You didn't. I made that up. But thanks for asking. Okay, thank you. And I just realized what you have on your. I thought it was 2 big glands, but it's a actually sonic hat. Wow. Can you run really fast when you wear it?
I wish.
Oh, okay. Good job. Yes, sir. But wait. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is kind of following up from the be prepared question.
Yeah.
I remember hearing something a few years ago that you also did replace Christopher Lloyd for In the Dark of the Night from Anastasia. Is that true too?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I met Chris. He's a character. He you know, we're in the studio, and he had this big. It was like an Andrew Lloyd Webber song, you know, Phantom of the Opera song. It was really cool. In the dark of the night, ba 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 ba, bo 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 ba 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 boom ba 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 boom, and it was and Christopher is standing there, and they're playing the song, and we're all going, okay, so here we go, and he goes, well, I hope I don't suck, and he got up and left, and then we recorded the song, and they mixed it later, and he comes back in, listen, damn, I sound pretty good. I said, yes, you do. You sound just like you. He goes, this kid's good. So I said, so I got some gold out of it. Nice. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That was a good one. And yes, come on down.
My name is Chris, and I like bread pudding with brandy-soaked craisins.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. A la mode.
I'm soaking in some right now.
You said you like to ad-lib a lot. Has that ever added to animation costs because they had to change things based on how you changed the script? And have they ever asked you to tone it back? So that you can...
Yeah, next question. Thanks.
Are there specific instances that you remember?
Yeah, well, I do it all the time, so they're kind of stuck. But the best one was, we did Aladdin, and I was Rasul, and what else did I do? I did a bunch of stuff, but a bunch of different characters. I almost cut off her hand. That was nice. And Jasmine's hand, and in the second one, we came back, and Dan Castellaneta did the Genie, because Robin was, I don't know, he was Robin. And then it made a ton of money, and Robin said, oh, no, I'll be back for the third one. I'm the Genie, have a seat. And so Dan was out. And, we had, I was the big guy, Rasul, who wanted to, I don't know if you remember him. Yeah, he was the guard. And captain of the guard, thank you. But he had a scene where, oh gosh, I can't picture it exactly, but he was being interrogated, and Robin turned into a lawyer and put Jafar up on the bench and the judge where the judge was, or it might have been Aladdin, and I was in the docket, being questioned, and I ad-libbed a couple of things, and they kept him in, and he wasn't at the session, and that, see, what happens is that affects the person's line right after you, because their line doesn't make any sense anymore. So they called Robin back in, like I'm sure it was really pissing him off, but he came back in and he had to redo his lines after mine because they didn't work, like I said. And he goes, and at the end of the speech, he goes, and by the way, that concludes all questioning, and I will not be upstaged by a tertiary character. And he leaned over and pulled my feet and rolled me up into a blind and sent me off into wherever, space. And they kept it in the movie. It's in the movie. So I was personally dissed by Robin Williams. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sort of my own personal finger. Who's that? Oh,
Hi,
there you are.
me again.
Hello, darling.
Yes. So my question was, you also did voiceover work on the original Animaniacs.
Mm-hmm.
So working with Rob Paulson.
Oh, I hate that guy. Don't you hate him? God. No, he's one of my best buddies.
I was just wondering what the dynamic was in the studio between him being Yakko, of all people, and then you being you, of course.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I wonder what the dynamic would be like between the two of you.
We worked it together a million times, since day one. We started, he was in the business maybe like a couple years ahead of me. And we met at Hanna-Barbera, became good buddies. He's from Michigan, I'm from Ohio, and we had a lot in common. He loves cars. He's got a ton of cars. Really cheap ones, too. And so we've gotten along well. He was Steelbeak, one of my favorite villains on Darkwing Duck, and we did Rude Dog, which I thought was a cool show. It didn't. I think we only did one season of it, then it got canceled inexplicably. But he's great. We ad-lib together. We all he's like I say, he's one of my best buddies, and he's featured prominently in this show that I hope to get off the ground, and it's just me reminiscing about all the Disney afternoons. Disney Afternoon Forever is going to be, because I found out from a con 2 years ago that I was in every single series of the Disney Afternoon, and a couple of them I've got like videotape of and everything, and he's got some really good hysterical moments off camera. I mean on camera, off mic. I just, oh gosh, I see him a couple times a month. Anyway, yeah, he doesn't live far either. But he's a great guy. You know, sweet guy.
Sci-Fi Valley here, 2019?
Yeah.
2019, and he just
Yeah.
lightened the place up.
Oh, God, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell him you said hey. All
He
right.
actually remember, I was dressed as Minnie Mouse. for him.
Wow.
Yeah, and he actually remembered me as my profession, a mortician. Yeah, so he's like, Minnie Mouse has a profession. Yeah.
Well, of course you are. It's funny because I look at you and I think, mortician.
I'm actually a preschool teacher now. I was a mortician until I
Wow. Have you ever played Morticia?
I wish.
Adam's Family?
That jawline.
I think you would have. I think you could have swung it. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, you know, John's a buddy of mine. The original Gomez, and so's his son. Yeah. I'll tell him you didn't say hello. So that's good. Yes, sir. With the fabulous haberdashery.
Okay, my name's Charles, and my favorite dessert is anything chocolate, as long as it's not a coconut chocolate or cheesecake chocolate.
What's the point?
Anyways,
Ruin a piece of chocolate.
My question is, what is the one voice or impression you try to do, but you just can't do it?
You. Actually, Minnie Mouse. Actually, I never tried that. I made that up. I'm sorry. What was the question? What voice have I ever tried to do and just went down in flames, basically? Want me to just humiliate myself in front of God and man? Is that what's happening? No, I don't know. I don't know. I never... I've been pretty fortunate. You know, I kind of hit a lot of targets I aim at.
And the second question, this is a quick one. So I see you brought drumsticks. Are you a drummer?
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're part of a band?
Always played drums my whole life, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, someone's got to do it. Someone's got to bring the funk. Yes, indeed.
This guy makes me walk all
Come
the way
on
over
down.
here.
Thank you.
Yes,
my name is Nigel. First off, I just want to say thank you for my childhood.
You're welcome. I hope I didn't mess you up too much.
No, it was fantastic.
You got all the subliminal messages, right?
Most of them.
Yes.
I just want to
see you at the bell tower. Don't forget the rifle. Okay.
So I just want to ask, for a character like Winnie the Pooh, do you have any real life inspirations for a voice like that, or is it just like you see the character and you're like, this is what I'm going to do?
Well, you know, I never in a million years would have thought that I would ended up doing it, certainly for this long. But, you know, with me, stuff like that, it was around when I was a kid, the originals, you know. And, I'd be sitting there, we'll be playing Monopoly or something, and I believe that I shall buy Park Place. And Pooh would buy Park Place. And then, 25 years later, I bought Park Place with Pooh money, with Pooh sticks, So, but no, I didn't see it coming. I mean, I knew I was going to do this, but not a specific character, And and then Pooh and Paul Winchell was a great buddy of mine, so that's an honor too. And I never got to meet Sterling Holloway when. Which is a darn shame. And I remember it was years. I had first gotten married. I was like 20 years old down in Laguna Beach, California, and he lived there. He retired down there, and he was a very much older man. He's like 90 something. He was entitled to retire, right? And my wife and I were sitting there having lunch in Laguna Beach, and in this hotel cafe, and. The waitress walks up. We didn't think there was anybody in the room. And the waitress walks over to the corner. You can't see who's sitting there. And she says, "So, have we decided what we're going to have for lunch today, sir?" And I hear, "I believe I shall have the chowder." And it's a pretty distinct voice. And I went... and I get up and I'm cool. I'm walking over here. I'm trying to see in the car. And I grab the salt off of this thing and I look over there. And there he was. He looked like an albino crow. He's got all this white hair sticking up, pooing, pooing. And I went, because you knew who he was. He was on Andy Griffith's show a couple times, and he was on an old TV show called Superman. And this is back, I guess, when he had red hair, but TV was in black and white, so I don't know. But that was my one encounter. And so I just, and a buddy of mine called me when he was at LA Studios, and he made a little video and waved at me. And it was pretty cool. But I never got to meet him. Yeah, God bless him. Yes.
Hi, I'm Jerry. My favorite dessert is Yorkshire pudding.
Which kind? Whose pudding?
Yorkshire.
It's not mine, sir.
No.
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
Right, you are then.
Yes.
Carry on.
So, which actors are the most fun off which to play?
All of them.
All of them?
No, I don't know. What do you mean? Like my voices, you mean, of the characters that I do?
Or which, when you're in the studio together, who's the most fun to play off of?
The one who gets the most money.
Okay.
No, I don't. Oh, you mean like fellow actors with? Rob's great. Jess Arnell, Frank Welker, Tress MacNeille, Tara Strong. I'd be here all day, man. Jeff Bennett, Tara Strong. She's amazing. I think she moved to Canada. Yeah, we love Tara. Yeah. Not the cutest little thing in the world, though, is she? I'll tell you what. Here we go. Somebody in the corner.
Yeah, finally on this side. We
Right
have
there.
two.
Yes, stand up. Enter and sign in, please.
Hi, my name's Cody, and I loved a lot of your roles and shit on this. Oh,
what's your favorite dessert?
Favorite dessert is my mom's homemade peanut butter apple crisp in a crock pot.
Ooh.
If you have some bacon on top of that, sprinkle on
Apple
top.
crisp in a crock pot.
All right.
Sexual, isn't it?
A little bit.
So you're revealing way too much about yourself. Or that could be me. Yes, sir.
All right, my question is, if you could create your own superpower, but it had to have the juice of a fruit in it, what would it do?
Give me that again.
All right, if you could create your own superpower, but it had to have a fruit in it, so like if I had pineapples and with their juice, if it hit someone, it totally would rot them away, like it's some kind of acidic kind of poison.
Well, thank you for this little glimpse into your mind. Well, I don't know, but I see a banana in your future. I'm not touching that one. Not with your coconuts. Hey, but seriously. No.
And we have time, I think.
If I understood the question, I wouldn't.
We have time for one more, and that's there's no pressure here.
All right. No. Yes. Okay. You're closing it up.
I'll do my best. Hi, I'm Ian. My favorite dessert is mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yeah. Oh. I've never liked that.
There we go.
Is it with the dark chocolate too?
Yes, the dark chocolate.
See,
dark
I never liked that.
Really?
I'm sorry. You don't get to ask a question now.
Oh man. Okay.
I'm kidding, buddy. I'm kidding.
You played Pete, the Billy Bletcher character. I was wondering, you're in a lot of different things as him. You're in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, you're in Goof Troop. Is there a different direction for the character based on what property you're playing him in?
No. No, you have to be true to character no matter where you are. Every now and then somebody will think it's really funny to hire Winnie the Pooh and have him say something dirty, and I go, no, because it'll come on the interwebs 5 years from now, and somebody will kill me. If that's what you're shooting for, then no. They all stay in character. Like Don Carnage and certain characters like Darkwing's really sarcastic and everything. So, you can get your yayas out on that, I suppose. I don't know, but you gotta. That's the trick. Is you gotta stay true to the character, and you don't want to ruin it for anybody. Because people always want me to say, a message as Darkwing Duck, but he's. What if Darkwing Duck met, this girl and it was like a porn star? And I go, well, he wouldn't. How about that? So no, and so just got to take care of him, Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Cummings.
Yeah,
Jim,
thanks.
Neutron.
Thanks, everybody.
Visit him at his table.
This is John Glover, and you are watching Fandom Spotlight. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Lionel Luther recommends it. Have some fun. Follow your fandom.